So for 2022, I'm going for a different approach this time. Normally, for these kinds of things, I like to make a script, but I think this time I kind of want to go freeform. So for the most part, I don't plan on cutting this up too much. Maybe I don't know. I guess we'll find out. But so, man, this is weird. I don't know. I never thought I'd be doing this year, but 2022 started off much like 2021 was. It was rough, to be honest. It's the first, I'm gonna call it, 4 months were some of the darkest times of my life. I was going through a lot personally with stuff going on at home. Then I ended up going out to Texas for a couple weeks, and I thought I'd found a job, and that turned out to be a whole scam. And I had really given up on myself, to be honest with you. When that job fell through, and I realized all the money I had burned to go to Texas thinking that things would work out just for it to not, it broke me. And I ended up having a breakdown in Texas. It's easily one of the worst ones I've ever had, and I was completely alone for it. I had no one to help me. At least it felt that way. But that breakdown was also one of the best things that could have happened to me in a strange, almost messed up kind of way when you think about it. But it helped me so much more than I could ever explain, or at least put into words, but I'll try the best I can. That moment allowed me to realize a lot of the mistakes I was making. Recently, I went back and watched my 365X video from 2021, and at one point, I mentioned something about dragging myself through mud just to get through 2022. For now, I'm taking 2022 as an opportunity to hopefully realign myself in the right direction. I still plan on dragging myself through the mud just so I can see everything out to the end, but I can't help but feel I've lost myself this year. And I immediately thought that was a mistake. You know, that was only going to make things worse for me. But at the time, I was in such a negative space that I didn't quite realize it. And, looking at it now, I'm so glad that I stopped doing that. I was doing everything in my power to keep some of my friendships alive with people who just simply weren't reciprocating the energy. And I realized that that was part of my problem and I needed to stop it. And I stopped doing it. I I stopped and now I'm so much better off because of it. Not to mention I've only gotten closer with a group of friends that I originally maybe necessarily wasn't close to. Like I was close, but I had people that I thought were closer until I realized that some of those people may have not been as close as I thought they were. After all that happened, though, I kind of went on and things just slowly got better as I tried to improve myself. And I've talked before about how I wanted to improve myself, and to an extent that would happen, but I'd eventually slide back down. So, I kept building myself up in the beginning, in late spring, early summer, and I started working out again. I was becoming more social, and I kept waiting for that moment where, okay, it's gonna break down again. I talked about this back in the 2021 video where, or maybe it was 2020, where I mentioned about how my depression worked in waves. I was waiting for that decline to happen for so long, and it didn't come. It never did. I went through the entire summer, and it was absolutely great. I got myself a new job. I got close with a lot of people and ended up finding somebody. I think you can put two and two together about who I found. Um, but I was just overall from about May to the rest of the year, I was happy. Obviously, I had my down moments, but for the first time, and oh god, can't remember how long it's been, maybe 2017, I was genuinely happy for longer than 3 months. That's, you know, maybe not necessarily where I should be. I feel like I should be able to get that longer, but at the current rate I am, I'm still happy. I am in a better place mentally than I've ever been. I'm in the best state I've been physically since probably 2018. I've still got room that I can improve on it, but I'm so much better off. I'll put it this way. At the start of the year, I probably weighed about 215, 220 pounds, and I'm now down to 190. Mind you, that's still maybe not great, but it's so much better than I was before. I feel more energetic. I feel more, you know, happy. I'm really hopeful for 2023. I think it's only going to get better from here. You know, I've got a lot of plans, a lot of goals, especially with the HHF. Man, I didn't even talk about the HHF and the swap of content. That was one of the best things I ever did for my career. I was genuinely getting ready to quit Twitch, but then the HHF saved it. I'm so happy I did the HHF, and I cannot wait to keep working on it and only make it better. And I think that's about everything I wanted to talk about for 2022. I'll see y'all in 2023. Well, I guess we're kind of already there since I'm a little bit behind on this video, but until then, take care, everyone.